Good morning. Welcome. Welcome to another pre-market report live stream. Here we will analyze the markets for the upcoming trading session. And let's start with the news report, the economic calendar for today. Let's jump right into it. All right, here we did have some numbers coming from Europe, and we had Chair Powell speaking in a digital currency summit in France. So he just finished up. He didn't say anything relevant, or at least I couldn't find anything relevant to the markets. It was more like a cryptocurrency or something, digital assets, and how the Fed is planning to come up with the digital dollar or something. Then we had core durable goods came as expected. I didn't see any much movement in the market. And then we have some numbers coming from Redbook and the Schiller numbers. For those who don't know, this is a very important number for the housing market and some S&P valuations, right? Now, all this is very lagging, so it's nothing that we can use, but it's good to just have in mind, right, for the general picture of the economy. Then we have consumer confidence at 10, new home sales at 10. So we have a lot of reports coming out today, and we have a couple of Fed. Oh no, we don't have speeches, right? Not today. Yeah, just Dali, but it's tonight. So I don't see any other Fed guy. Oh, Bullard. Wow, Bullard is gonna speak of 9:55. Let me check. Where is that? Bullard. He's gonna be in London. So we need to be aware of this. Okay, I'll keep that in one of my screens. All right, so this is what the economic calendar has for today. A lot of reports coming out. So let's start with the dollar, like every day. Now the dollar is been very bullish for this year. Now we had a couple of days, Friday and yesterday, very bullish. Now we're giving up some of the gains. Now I don't think the dollar will crash from here, but we are in supply from 2002. Now this is a very old supply. Okay, so we could either chop here for a few months, or if we're gonna break to the upside, what is very interesting to me is that we're not creating demands on the way. Okay, the first demand is right here, right? That like serious daily demand, and that is around 4% below. So if we have some bearishness, I don't think it's gonna be very pretty. Okay, so that's the dollar on the daily. Regarding the now, what is going on right now? The fundamentals, the whatever the central banks are doing, is causing this movement on the dollar. I think the dollar is causing a lot of pains in the world trade, because a strong dollar for us is not the best option, right? For exporters is very, very painful. okay, for those that export their products to other countries, and those other countries have to go and buy dollars with the very strong dollar. That's not very good. Okay, so I think um, at some point the dollar has to just ease a little bit, but fundamentally, while the Fed is raising rates, we will have a strong dollar. Okay. Um, so this is the lower time frame. This is relevant for us. It's right now. It's just in the middle of nowhere. I do have this demand right here created. I think this was when was this? Sunday, right? Yes, this is Sunday. So this is the weak areas that I have, and I put this one because yesterday we bounced from here, and then we gapped down during the Asia session. We never got here, right? So, but right now it's in the middle of nowhere. I don't think if the dollar holds this area, I'm looking for more like these highs. But look, where's the London Open? The London Open was, where was it? Around here. So we're about, so London Open is not relevant for us right now. So I want to see the US Open right here, 8:15. Okay. So I want to be aware of this level. If we break down, that will mean that we will have further weakness in the dollar. If we break from this level, this is the FX New York market open. Okay. So I want to check this level if we revisit this level later. Okay. On the supply side, I don't have much. Like this, all this is Asian session, and from here 6 in the, no, I don't have much. Like I would pay attention just to this resistance, but not much. Okay. So if we get here and the markets retrace down and we hold this supply and we come back from here, then we can plan for some longs on the equity market. Okay. Good morning, Rich. Welcome. All right. So that is a dollar. The other plan that I could picture here is a comeback, some sort of chop, and a retrace back down. Right? If we are going to continue with today's direction. I don't think this scenario is very likely. I think the most likely scenario is to come here and then chop around, but also we could come here, chop a little bit and continue, right? I put just 2 lines, but we can have several candles here. Okay, so those are the scenarios for the dollar. Let's continue here. Okay. Regarding the yields, all right. So we did have a super read here, 3.93 on the 10-year bond. That's not good for the market. That's why they ended up dropping yesterday in the last hour. I guess it was in the last hour. Yeah, the market needs to reprice everything, right? So if we come back to this level, I think the June lows will not be the lows for the markets. I think we will have further lows. Okay, so we need to pay attention to this. If this thing just start to keep going to the upside, we need to pay good attention to it. The VIX, we're gapping down. I don't have much here in the VIX. There's no explosive move, but down here, around like 29.50. So if we need to come back down to 29.50 just to fill all these orders that were left here, I don't think the market would drop. I think we will have some bullishness today. Okay, if we hold this area, then yes, the market can and continue to the downside. Now we're gapping up on the market. I haven't seen it in the last like 30 minutes, but when I review it was gapping up to supply. So I need to pay attention to that supply today. Okay, crude oil. We broke the demand right there. Next stop, like I said a few days ago, 73, 72, this 70 area. We went down yesterday to 76. And now we can use this demand zone as a supply. If we are going to do that, we need to come back here and use this one. There we go. I would say more like this, and I could go to a lower time frame and check what is going on here. All right, so you have this. You have all these pivots here. And you get this. London Open. And then you have, where's the mark? The 3. All right, so this is another one. I wouldn't put it as a supply because it's such a big candle. I would put it as a resistance right here. Okay. Now, if we come here to 82, we need to pay attention how this thing just goes to the upside, right? If it chops and retests these highs, we need to be aware of that in the case that we're going to short this thing. But we don't trade crude oil live, so just as a general information. All right, so regarding the ES, is gapping up 1%. We are at the demand, okay? So I've repeated in these videos how important is for buyers to hold these levels. A lot of stops are beyond these levels. So I want to see this level hold if we are going to go back up, right? Now we have been here now 1, 2. This is a third day. If we close down here today, I don't think this level will put some more pressure. I think the sellers will be stronger. Now we haven't even go through the yesterday's high. So if we go back, if we go to the 30-minute, okay, this is yesterday's highs in the ES, and we have been chopping since yesterday noon, right? So we came down, we retraced back up, we broke to the upside, we retested here. Now the ultimate test is going to be when the market opens, this line, right? If we come here to 36.97 and we hold, we can have a bounce, but I don't think it's very likely. So I want to see the dollar when this happens, okay? If the dollar is in supply, meaning if the dollar is if the dollar is above this, right? If the dollar is above this, then I will be more leaning to the long, right? But if the dollar just stays right there, or comes back down when this level is being hit, I would think that this is going to just test these lows. Okay, we haven't broken yesterday's high, and I don't have a setup to a breakout and retest right now. 1, 2, 3. Well, yesterday's highs, but we need a solid breakout right here, and a quick retest. We can't have some chop right here. So we need like very violent move, and it's gonna be hard for me to catch this move to the upside. Although the dollar is dropping and the yields are dropping, I am not leaning to the long side as of yet. Because look at the yields. The yields are just going back up. Yes, it's negative for today, and the dollar is again the same thing. It's negative for the day, but it has a lot of strength, right? No, I do 5 minutes. I do 5 minutes in the dollar. I do 5 minutes. I think is the 1 minute is too much noise in the dollar. All right, let's continue. All right, NQ has the same picture, exactly the same picture. Now the difference here is the NQ created some demands here overnight, and we held this. So this is a 5 minute, 5 in the morning. Where is it? There we go. Here, let's go to the 30-minute. Exactly the same picture. We haven't gotten to the yesterday's high. Now I did have this supply drawing the ninja trader chart, but I said it was overnight, so I was not planning to take it. There were some opportunities to the short side, but I did not take any to the short side. We were long in the live stream, right? Now until we break 537, right? And even if we break 537, I have 674, like a high quality supply right there. So I'm not leaning to the long side. I would have expected yesterday to be a bullish day if this demand is going to work. Now this is the third day into the demand, and the more time it spends right there, the less likely is for it to work. And I want to go and check the Apple chart, because the Apple chart is going to open up in supply, right? And that tells me that we might have some downside. Okay. Now the VIX gapping down, right? But does not give me much information. Now the yields on the dollars, they were dropping, and now they're making the losses back. So that makes me a bit bearish. Okay. So for now, my bias is neutral bearish for the day. If we happen to break this high and the internals are showing strength, I will look for longs. But for now, I will be focusing in the shorts. And it's hard because we're close to demand. We're very close to demand. This is a high quality demand because we bounced 15% from the mid-June lows, right? That's 15% run up on the NQ. So that's something that we cannot ignore. But we have been here for a few days already, and the more days that we spend in this area, the less likely is for it to work. So that's the way I think about zones, right? If it's fresh, price hasn't been there, then yes, the more quantity of left orders or on-field orders is what we call the on-field order amount will be larger, okay, or greater. Now the overall trend on the daily is down. So if you're a trader or day trader, you need to be aware of the trend. I know it can change at any time, but if let's say you are with the trend and the trend changes, and you have a good location, you just record a loss and then you reassess and trying to think, all right, did the trend change, or it's just a pullback? Okay, so that's the way you need to think. So yes, this is a very important demand, but the more time we spend here, the less likely it is for it to work. So here's the 4 hour on the Russell. Let's go to the daily though. Daily is the same thing. Now the Russell is the more bearish. Look at yesterday. We came here. We created this huge wick, and we haven't even gotten to close to the highs, right? Whereas in the NQ, we were very close to the highs, right? We were about to break the highs, and then we are giving some of its gains right there. So the Russell is even more bearish. If we go to the 30-minute, and we want to look for the bearish case right here, there you go. So you have everything you have is overnight, right? So you have this right here, the retest from yesterday. Okay. So the next pivot that you have is this one. So this is the first trading hours area that you have, like high quality right here. So we could have some upside today, have something like a bull trap here, where prices just break this and it doesn't sustain this pivot and then collapses. I want to see that in the NQ. Let's see if we have the same setup. I don't think we do, but no, we don't. Actually, the next supply for me is right here. So the bull trap is setting up on the RTY. Let's see if we can monitor it during the trading session. All right. Let's continue. Let's go to Apple. So Apple has been holding this trend line. Sorry. Has been holding this trend line on the daily chart, and right now it is going to open around this area, right? Like 153. I said my ultimate target for Apple is going to be 144, and if that is going to happen, we still have if we are right, we're gonna have some more downside on Apple. So I want to go to the 30-minute just to see where this is going to open, right? So we close here on Friday, and we sorry, this is Thursday. Then we gap down on Friday. We came back up yesterday, and then we sold off from this same area, right? So I would say like this closing, and this is the Federal Reserve day. So I would say this closing is still putting a lot of pressure right here. So I want to see if Apple just comes back to this 156. It's not crazy, because if we open, we would hold this trend line and will be in this supply. So let's see how this behave today. I will have the Apple chart open just to monitor it and see some correlation with my trading on NQ. Okay, so that is Apple. I think we're gonna conclude this video. For those who trade with me in the live session, neutral short, neutral bear is my bias. If we change the dollar and the rates and the yields, I would probably change my bias. But for now, it's a neutral short, and let's see how the internals behave during the trading session. Okay. So see you guys all in 15 minutes. All right. Thank you.